Hi Year 8, it's Frau Jenkins here. This video is for you if you've missed any school this week and you've missed your German lesson. Okay, so I'm going to run through the words that we learnt this week and I'm going to go through a few of the tasks. There'll also be I'll run through the answers as well. Okay, so let's go. We are looking at the third lesson in your booklet this week. It's on page 11. And this part of the slide that you can see now is just on the top of page 11. So we've got all the vocab that we're going to cover. If you can see there, they're all greetings like hi, goodbye, that kind of thing, and asking what your name is. So it's just the basics really. It's a handy thing to have, you know, when you first learn a language. So let's go through the different words. To say hello in German, you need to say hallo. So that's basically it. Hallo. It's pretty similar, isn't it? It's pretty good. To say good day, I mean, there's an AM picture there, but really it's kind of like any time of day. Good day is guten Tag. Okay, guten Tag. Good morning is guten Morgen. So guten Morgen. Good evening is guten Abend. Okay, they don't really say good afternoon. I haven't just left it out for a random reason. It's just kind of, they would just probably say good day instead, like for the whole day, guten Tag. Okay, and we've also got gute Nacht, which is good night. You might notice that if you compare it to the other ones before, it's lost the N, so it's gute Nacht and not guten. It's for a random reason that I'll tell you guys about later on. Okay, quite a complicated phrase here, but if you want to say have a nice day in German, this is what we say. It's schönen Tag noch. So if you were in school last week and you were there for the pronunciation, if you see, we've got the SCH sound making a sh sound. Then we've got the O with the umlaut, like a bear being sick, so so that becomes schönen Tag noch. So yeah, schönen Tag noch is have a nice day. Guaranteed, if you say that at the end of a lesson to me, you'll probably get a marrow as you leave the classroom. And bis bald, we don't say it like bis bald, we really don't. Bis bald is see you soon. And then some other ways to say goodbye, the more general ways to say goodbye really. We have tschüss. Okay, so look at these sounds again. We've got the T at the start, so t sound, and then the SCH, so that sh sound. So ch there, and then the U sound from the U with the umlaut. So all together it is tschüss. And there's a longer way to say goodbye as well. It's in The Sound of Music. If you know any of the songs from The Sound of Music, it is Auf Wiedersehen. Okay, Auf Wiedersehen. So those are our ways to say hello and goodbye. Okay. If you want to talk about if you want to ask someone what their name is and tell someone what your name is, this is what you need to say. So we've got that scharfes S there again, that weird kind of B kind of S. It's just two S's. And anyway, this is how we say it. Okay. So what's your name or what are you called is wie heißt du? Okay. That's the question. Wie heißt du? And to answer the question, to say my name is, you say ich heiße. Okay, so you've got the EI sound in there. So EI makes I sound, and then the S sound as well, and the E on the end. So wie heißt du? And then to answer it, ich heiße, and then your name. So I would say ich heiße Frau Jenkins. Okay, or Frau Jenkins if I wanted to sound really, really German. There's another way, and some people prefer this. It's a bit easier, I suppose. It's a lot more like the English, if you see. Like, this is basically, what is your name? So, was ist dein Name? Is what is your name? And my name is there. It's mein Name ist. So, it's not my name ist. You need to say it as Name. So, remember that E that we have on the end of any word in German is an sound. Okay. Another one to say then is if you want to say like and you, so instead of saying like if someone asks you your name and then you want to say what's your name, instead of saying that you could just say und du, and you. So we've got some tasks to complete then in your booklet. They're from page 11. Task A is just to write out what your name is. So I would write in there ich heiße and then Frau Jenkins. So just write ich heiße and then whatever your name is. Okay. And actually, do you know what? I think we're going to miss out this listening here because it's a bit confusing. It was a bit confusing in the actual lesson. So we'll just move on to the next slide. Okay. Ooh, ignore that part. And so we'll go straight to task C then, and you need to fill in the gaps. So if you fill in the gaps here and pause, and then I'll go through the answers. Okay, so the answer to A is Guten Morgen, okay? And then it would make sense to go to B, but we're not. We're going to go down to C, and then we'll go all the way down the left-hand column, and then we'll go all the way down the right-hand column, okay? So Guten Morgen, and then we have Guten Tag for C. Then we have Wie heißt du? So what is your name? We then have Ich heiße Anna. And then I is mein Name ist Luca. B is Hallo. D is Gute Nacht. F is Tschüss. Make sure you've got the umlaut on that U. H is Auf Wiedersehen. And J is Bis bald. So if you just mark them through then, and if you want to just tick them as you go, that'd be brilliant, or correct them if you need to. Okay, on to tasks D and E then. So for D, you need to just write in basically the correct phrase. So, you know, next to the AM one, you need to write good morning and so on. And then for E, you need to just sort of write how you would respond to any of those greetings. So there's loads of options for this one. Some of them you could just write the same thing again. Like if someone says good night to you, chances are you would just say good night back to them. But just write what you think the correct response would be in German. And one thing is where actually you can see the green traffic light man says there, you can actually drop the Gute or the Guten bit from the greetings, and it sounds a bit more informal. So instead of saying Guten Tag, you could just say Tag or Morgen or Abend. That sounds absolutely fine. Okay, so just write in whatever option you think goes there, and then if you pause this, I'm going to go through the answers now. So D, that first one, hopefully you all had Guten Morgen. And the next one, we've got Hallo. This next one here is Guten Abend, good evening. And this one here, Gute Nacht, is good night. And then, as I said, there's more than one possible answer for the next ones. So I'll show you the answers that I've got as suggestions, but you may well have different ones. And the chances are they're absolutely fine. So for Hallo, I had Guten Tag, but I mean, obviously you could just say Hallo if you wanted to, or whatever you want, really. Wie heißt du? You could have Ich heiße. You could also have mein Name ist. That kind of makes sense. You can use them interchangeably. Gute Nacht. I also had Gute Nacht. Auf Wiedersehen. I had Tschüss. Morgen. I said Guten Morgen or Tag. And Tschüss. I said Auf Wiedersehen. But you could have also had Bis bald or Schönen Tag noch or something like that. All right then, so tasks F and G are to put these conversations in the correct order. I mean, there's a little bit of ambiguity here because I suppose you could, like the last two, you could kind of use interchangeably. So I just want you to read through, make sure you understand them all and put them in some semblance of an order. There's one thing here that I want you to look at actually, and it is, let's see if I can label it for you. It's this word here, später. Oh, it's not letting me label it. Never mind. It says später. I don't know if you can see that there. And so it basically means like later. So it's in that first one on F. So yeah, so put them in the correct order, write the correct number basically to show which order they go in. So if you pause this in just a second, I'll go through the answers. So when you're ready to go through the answers, then you can just replay it and mark your work. Okay, so for the first one then, it starts off with Hallo, wie heißt du? The next part of the conversation would be Mein Name ist Gregor und wie heißt du? And so there's only one option now. It's going to be Ich heiße Anna. And then I had them going in this order. I had Tschüss, bis später, and then Okay, auf Wiedersehen. But 4 and 5, like you could really interchange them. It depends on what you think. So I'll accept either. That's fine. And G then, we start off with Guten Abend, and then we have, this one here, Abend, so that's how they've answered it. And then going to this one here, Ich heiße Volker. It is actually a German name. It really is. So yeah, just in case it looks a bit random, it's a proper German name. Und du is the then question, and then the response is Ich heiße Leonie. So that's the fourth part. And the next ones I had were Tschüss next, and then finally Bis bald und schönen Tag noch, Volker. So see you soon and have a good day, Volker. But I mean, I guess you could interchange the last two ones as well. All right, so our last task then is to translate the following. So once again, do the work, write them in German, and then pause this and then mark through your answers. Okay, so hello is Hallo. What is your name is Was ist dein Name? But you could also have had Wie heißt du? That would be fine. My name is, mein Name ist. Good evening, guten Abend, good night. Don't forget, we don't have an N on the end there, so gute Nacht. Goodbye is Auf Wiedersehen, but also Tschüss would be fine there as well. All right, so that's it for this week. That's all the work you need to kind of catch up on. If you look on the right-hand side there, it does say like you finished to turn to page 30 to do some Genius stuff. You don't need to do that. Especially since, you know, if you're at home, it might be that you're not well anyway, so you absolutely don't have to. But generally in lessons, if you finish work quite quickly, it's really good to go on to the extra stuff because, well, it's just really good to practice some extra German. So if you fancy having a go at stuff on page 30, go for it, and I'll have a nose next time I mark your booklets. But honestly, it's absolutely fine if you don't want to. So I hope this helped, and I hope you feel a bit more, you know, comfortable with German, because obviously it's a new subject, so you don't want to be feeling like you're kind of behind or not understanding what's going on. So if you've got any questions, you are more than welcome to send me an email. It's jjenkins at the usual teacher email address. Okay, so Dankeschön, thank you, and tschüss, goodbye.